this special bike. There's over 360 hours of labor have been invested into a full frame-off restoration and rebuild of this bike. It's raining outside right now, so I just stopped raining. The road's a little wet, so I'm going to do a little spin around the parking lot and then bring it in. I normally would take it out on the open road for you, but I don't want to get it wet. Wet, so I'm going to roll it inside. Everything works perfectly on this bike. The turn signals are NOS brand new. The high beam, the low beam, the horn, the rear turn signal. My good friend Randy Fitzgerald built this bike from the ground up. He's a world-class mechanic who does this as a labor of love. He's done several of these Yamahas. He has a Seika 750 that he did, and he had this 650 and a GS550. I just bought this bike from him. He needed to sell it to raise some funds and make some room in his garage. And you're not going to believe what he put into this thing. He put over 360 hours of labor, 3 years. Working on this bike nights and weekends. Kept track of his time, and the motorcycle was completely stripped down to the frame. Just want to get the water off of it. It just was drizzling out. The bike was completely stripped to the frame. The frame was sandblasted, primered, and repainted the factory color. Then he took the engine, completely dismantled the engine, put brand new clutch basket in it, wrinkled black finish, the paint on the engine, painted the heads and cylinders, completely rebuilt the carbs, the air box, all new jets, all new rubber boots. See how smooth and pliable these are? This is an antique. This motorcycle is 35 years old. It's registered with the Antique Motorcycle Club of America as an antique at 35 years old. Yet it looks extremely modern. And what surprised me the most about this bike is when I rode it. I can't believe how good this bike is. The brakes, the suspension, the motor sounds like a jet. It has the original stock exhaust is smooth, fast. The transmission is beautiful. I ride a brand new Harley Davidson Dyna Glide. You know, to tell you the truth, this thing rides better than the new Dyna. It's an amazing, amazing machine. It's absolutely gorgeous. The engine was completely rebuilt. New heads were put on it. New pistons, new rings, all new gaskets, all new circlips. Everything's brand new inside the engine. He completely dismantled the engine right down to the cases, completely rebuilt it, brand new clutch, and reassembled it like brand new. So it's a brand new engine. Over $3,000 in parts. He didn't have all the receipts for this bike. The one he did for his wife, he kept all the receipts. The one he did for his wife, he had $1,700 in receipts. This one, he had a lot more into it, but he said he didn't want her to get mad at him, so he didn't keep them all. The bike is completely rebuilt, and it runs like a brand new bike. The paint job is absolutely gorgeous. Imran style paint, black, just absolutely gorgeous. The chrome on the bike is beautiful. It has a matching front fender fairing by Emgo. It's absolutely beautiful with a smoke windshield. Has new mirrors, new grips. Take a look at the switch housing. This is a brand new NOS switch housing. Looks like the day it came out of the box. The tach and speedo are like brand new. It just shows just 18,000 miles on the speedometer. Inside of the tank is like brand new. He had cleaned the tank and did the metal rescue treatment on it, so it's like brand new on the inside. Everything on this bike has been replaced. The front end was completely rebuilt, all new steering head bearings, brand new seals in the forks. The caliper was rebuilt. The master cylinders were rebuilt. He put braided stainless brake lines on this bike. Let me put this into perspective for you, okay? We're a professional shop. If we do a frame off and dismantle your bike to the frame and do 360 hours of labor at $90 an hour, that's $32,000. It's absolutely ridiculous. Even at $50 an hour, it would have been $15,000 for labor. So it's safe to say you won't find another Maxim anywhere in the world like this that's been completely rebuilt by a master craftsman like Randy. The carburetors were completely rebuilt and painted to match the bike. All the chrome is beautiful. All the chrome trim is beautiful. It has the engine crash bars to protect the engine. The front tire is a new Metzler ME880 Marathon tire. So brand new tire, brand new brakes. The master cylinder's been rebuilt. Braided stainless brake lines, sport bars with new mirrors, brand new grips. The seat has been completely rebuilt with a Saddleman cover. This is a top of the line Saddleman cover with new foam in there. Super, super comfy, cushy saddle. New rubbers on the shifter, new rubbers on the pegs, brand new air filter, carbs rebuilt, brand new battery in the bike. Like I said, electrically, everything works beautifully. On the rear end, has a brand new Metzler ME880 Marathon rear tire. Just a beautiful top of the line tire on the original factory mag wheel. The rear brakes are brand new. Everything on this bike was carefully rebuilt and the bike was reassembled. So added up 360 hours of labor and $2,500 in parts. If you had a shop do it, it's $34,900, which is absolutely ridiculous. No one's ever going to spend $34,000 on an 82 Maxim. So what you're getting here is you're getting a bike that someone put 3 years of their life into dismantling and rebuilding perfectly for a fraction of the cost. You're buying an antique, completely restored Yamaha, which was a fantastic bike when it was new. It's even better now than it was new. It's an inline 4-cylinder, air-cooled, shaft-driven, low-maintenance, twin-cam engine housed in a stylish cross-braced duplex steel tube frame. This Maxim is praised for its performance and braking. This year, the Maxim was upgraded with a more comfortable handlebar, air-adjustable forks, and a more luxurious seat. The seat's super comfortable. Cycle magazine said in 1982, 3 years after being introduced, after the wide proliferation of special styling, it's easy to forget what a landmark bike the Maxim was. The 650 was striking, controversial, sensational, and wildly successful in showrooms. Other companies have produced bodacious knockoffs of the 650 Maxim, imitations that suffer from excess. It's too bad the Maxim was obscured when manufacturers blanketed the market with cruisers. A decade down the road, the Maxim may well be a genuine classic of the 80s, a bright idea that stood the test of time. So that's in 1982. In 1992, on the reprint, that was almost 35 years ago. They knew that it was going to be a classic, and it's one that has stood the test of time. This baby only has 18,870 original miles on it, and it was completely rebuilt. All we did was do a full museum color detail on it, and clean it up top to bottom, and double check all his work. The bike's in brand new condition. The fork tubes on it, these are brand new fork tubes. These are not the originals. Like I said, nothing was spared. All new seals, the fork tubes are rebuilt. The aluminum on these forks were hand polished. Everything's just stunning on this bike. Again, this is not a bike that we put a little SC1 on and polished it and sent it down the road. This is one, like quite often happens on these 80s Jap bikes, because let's face it, as a dealer, I can't put 300 hours into a motorcycle and pay a guy, $30 an hour for my top technicians, plus workman's comp, plus everything else. By the time we're done, we're going to have a lot more than it's worth. So I could never build this bike. I wish I could afford to keep it and put it in the museum, but it's being sold to raise funds for the museum. If you want to leave it here on display in the museum, you're more than welcome to. Hopefully one of our local collectors will buy it and put it in the New England Motorcycle Museum, because it's a beauty. If you have any questions about this bike, give us a call, 860-454-7024. I've got the title right here, titled to Randy, right from Tallinn, Connecticut, and the bike speaks for itself, that's for sure. So he's had the bike registered for about 4 years, put a couple thousand miles on it since rebuilding it. Everything was perfect. The bike needs absolutely nothing. Give us a call if you have any questions. Come take a look at it. I wish I could have done a more thorough rider's demo on it, but unfortunately, the roads are wet right now. So I'm going to ride this baby into the museum, put her on display. Like I said, everything's perfect on this bike, and you really have to ride it to appreciate it. So good luck bidding on it. Roll her out. God bless you.